Hi guys, Lisa Johnson here. I've moved into a different room in the hopes that the Wi-Fi works today and doesn't let us down again. Keep all those fingers crossed. Anyway, how did you find yesterday? Let me know if you are on live. Give me a heart or a thumbs up if you are on live. And just say hi. Hi, Shelley. Am I in the right group? First off, it's been one of those mornings where I don't even know if I'm in the right group. So if I'm not, tell me, but hopefully I am. Morning, Jazz. Morning, Belinda. Nice to see you. You've made it to the last day. I'm so impressed with you. You know that I make these challenges harder than most people do. So most people who do challenges, they just want the engagement. So what they do is make it really, really easy each day. You will probably have seen by now that I don't do that. I know that my audience is really smart and that they can do these things. And so I make sure they're a little bit more difficult than they would ordinarily be. And still you guys are here, which shows how smart you are and that you can do all of this stuff, no problem. You are now 3/4 of the way through. You only have one more task to do. And then as soon as you do this task, you are entered into the draw to win the prizes, to win the mulberry, to win the different things and the cheerleader prize as well. We're already seeing some people that have been massively helping out. So thank you for that. And I'm sorry for those who helped out so much that they actually got banned from Facebook for a while, which does happen sometimes when there's a lot of things on. So thank you for being here. Can you give me some hearts and thumbs up just to get everybody else on? I can see your comments today. I can see your good mornings. I'm very impressed that Facebook is allowing this. Today, there will be less talking from me, but it is the hardest one. Well, some of you might not think so. I always thought the second one was really hard. And you guys were like, no, that's easy. I can do my mission and my vision really easy. The first one was really hard. The first one for me is the easiest one. So I suppose we all have different strengths, and that's why strategy is really important. Now, remember that the reason we're doing this is because if we want to help other people with their strategies, whatever it is that we do, or we want to even become a strategist ourselves, then we need to make sure that we've got our own strategy sorted first. So by doing this, you can start thinking about your own strategy, making sure that your strategy is watertight so that you know you'll make the money you want to. And then on Monday evening, if you are interested in helping others with their strategy, whatever it is you do now, or becoming a certified strategist yourself so that you can help others and have that extra valuable qualification, I'm going to tell you on Monday the 7 different big parts of a strategy that you need to know. And I'll also tell you about my accreditation then. I got banned on day 2, seems like I'm out of jail again. So Monday at 8 p.m. is where you'll need to be for that. And I'll tell you everything about it in about half an hour to 40 minutes at 8 p.m. UK time. And I'll tell you the winners of this challenge as well. Don't worry, I won't miss that out. So let's talk about the thing we need to talk about today. So in the strategy program that I was just telling you about, that I'll talk to you about on Monday, one of the last modules that we look at is about scaling, is about how you actually really grow that business, how you expand that business. And we leave it until the end on purpose because we want your business to be in the right place before you scale. Oh, good. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. So we're going to make this one more fun because it's about thinking forward, which can be a really, really fun thing to do. It's about thinking bigger and longer term. This is where you're really going to separate you from the business, because one of the things on offer at this point is you might want to sell. You might want to exit the business, not now, but in the future. And if that's something that you think you might want to do in the future, then what we need to do is make sure that we get the business prepared, we get it ready to be able to sell, because the strategy that you have for a business that you one day want to exit is very, very different from a strategy that you want to continue growing. And we're talking within a 5 to 7 year period is when you have to start thinking about how to make the business look good enough to sell. It's very different. So, you really need to be thinking, what's the potential for your business? Where do you want your business to go? Is it going to be franchised, for example? Or is it going to be a legacy business that you leave for your children? Is it going to be something you sell off? There's so many different things that you need to think about when you're like futuring your business. And it's really important to think about them earlier than you think. And most people don't. And Shelley just said, I wish I'd done this for my cake business, as I just stopped it and it was such a waste because it wasn't in a position to sell. We need to know 3 to 5 years before if you're going to sell it so that we can get it into the right position. And there's lots of ways we can expand a business. So if you don't intend to sell and you're like, okay, I'm just going to grow my business, I'm just going to make even more money and I want this trajectory to go like this, which is what I decided to do for my business in the last 5 years. You know, in that first year, we made £220,000 in the first year. In the 5th year, we made 4 million. We knew where we were going on that strategy. We knew exactly how much we wanted to make per year and how we were going to get there, not just from the marketing strategy we talked about yesterday, but from the whole strategy, from the whole business strategy. And we know other things that we're going to do. So there are 3 main ways to expand a business. I need to think of a name so I can tell one. The name isn't as important as most people think it is, actually. So if you are really wanting to, don't worry about the name so much. People can change the names of the business. It's the IP that people want, not the name. If we're going to scale the business rather than sell the business, let's talk about that way of doing things today, because most people want to grow it first in the first 3 to 5 years and then think about selling it in the next 3 to 5, and that's cool. So you can either sell more things. There's 3 ways. The first way is you sell more things to the same customer base. So you know, you're already selling some stuff to an ideal client, to a customer, and then you can sell more things to the same customer. Like you add new programs, you add new products, you add new things. If you're going to do that, you need to be thinking about the ecosystem and how you're going to change the ecosystem about a year before, so that you can make sure you're doing the right thing. So for instance, you might say in 2 years' time, we want to add XX. So we knew 2 years ago that this year was the year that we were going to add an agency into our business. So we started to get things ready to be able to do that 2 years ago so that we knew exactly what we were doing. So that's the first way. The second way is to sell basically the same thing that you're selling now to more people. This is wholly about audience growth. If you're going to sell the same thing to more people, there's lots of different strategies to grow your audience, and that's what you would be thinking about 1 to 2 years ahead. It's like, okay, how can we get more potential clients? How is that going to happen? And 80% of what you do will be about audience growth, generally, if that's the strategy that you're going to take, the second path. The third path is grow the business by adding to it. This is where things come into place like mergers, acquisitions, takeovers, partnerships, collaborations, and you can really add to your business revenue that way. But you need to know it beforehand. So 2 years ago, we knew that last year we wanted to add to the business. We wanted to grow it so that we could offer our clients more things that we don't have. One way that we do that is with affiliate marketing. The second way was by bringing on some other businesses under our umbrella, under the Lisa Johnson Strategy umbrella, which is why I now half own a publishing company, Authors & Co, and also a podcasting agency, Audio & Co. That was planned in 2 years ago. People don't just wake up and go, oh, you know what we should do? Let's take on this business. Like, everything is planned. You might not know exactly what opportunity will present itself, but you have to know that one of the things you want to do is grow. Yes, or you go for both, like Sarah just said. More people and more products. And that's when you really have to work on the ecosystem a year to 2 years before. Those things are really important. The best way is to do all 3. We've done all 3. That's why we've grown so rapidly. But the key here is to plan it out. So way before, I'm implementing things that were on my business plan ages ago that are happening now. Whereas most online businesses, they don't really get past the marketing plan, which means they're only looking 6 months ahead. And then they wonder why, the next year didn't work out how they wanted it to, and why their business has folded. You can't be planning 6 months ahead. Should we plan this now, even if we haven't made a single dollar yet? Yeah, you should be looking at your strategy from the beginning. How do you want to scale in the future? Right from the start, I had plans for how my business would scale in several years' time. One potential being to franchise it. Exactly that. So let's make this more fun. Let's make it the one we do creatively. So I want you to start thinking about the future of your business. And I want you to spend time looking and thinking about what you want your business to look like in 5 years' time. So in 5 years, what would it look like? Because if you can't see it, it won't get there. If you don't know exactly what it's going to look like, it isn't going to look like that, because you need to be able to visualize it. Not in a woo way, although those of you that are woo might want to, but in a way that you can really see where you're going. All of this has been about seeing where you are going. Yeah, plan for 5 generally. So here's what you can do. Make it fun. There's 2 ways you can do this today. You can either describe to me in a paragraph what your business looks like in 5 years in a way that it's already happened. So my business now has 15 staff. We help XXX. We sell to this many people a year. I have 5 products. Like, visualize it. Or if you want to be more fun than that, you want to be more creative, I want to see a vision board of it. Now, to make a vision board, you can either use something like Pinterest and put your pictures on there, take a snapshot of it and put it in to the thread. Or if you want to use Canva, you can use Canva to make a vision board. Or if you're old school like me, you can get some magazines out and you can cut stuff out. Stick it onto a piece of paper and take a picture of it. The reason we do this is so that we don't just have words, but we have pictures showing what your life looks like and what that business looks like. Because that's all the potential of what this business is going to give you and to give other people. There might be words in there that you cut out that explain what your business is, or there might be just pictures, or you might decide not to do the vision board and just write a paragraph on what it looks like. But it will help you if you can see it every day, because then you know what you're working towards. If you can't visualize it, should you go back to the beginning, perhaps rethink your business? If you really can't visualize your business in 5 years' time, yeah, you need to be worried, because that means that you don't expect your business to last 5 years. Or it means you don't even know why you're doing the business or what you want it for. We have to know this stuff, which is why we did the vision, the mission, and the values. We had to know the viability. We had to know who our ideal client is and where we want to go with this. We had to know our marketing plan. Now we need to see it in the future so that all of that works. So that is your job for today. I know it's the hardest one, but it is the last day, and I'll be in here all weekend. You've got all weekend to ask me questions about this. I will be in here if you want to ask me or any of my team questions about how this should be done or any problems you've got with it. And then make sure it's done by Monday at 12 o'clock. And then on Monday at 8 p.m, get the Zoom link from in here. We'll send you an email with it as well. And I will tell you how all of this wraps up together. It's one of the best masterclasses I've ever written. And so I'm excited to deliver it to you guys. I hadn't thought 5 years ahead. Now I've got all the excitement, I can totally achieve it. Yeah, you definitely can. It's a really fun way to do it, visuals. Cool. I'm going to leave that with you. I will see you on Monday. Have an amazing weekend, whatever you're doing, and I'll be watching today. See you later, guys.